What's going on, guys? Let's talk about the importance of flexibility and calisthenics. Now, you probably know the importance of flexibility, how it can help you to increase your range of motion, your recovery. But when it comes to calisthenics, I feel like it's a lot more that's involved. So we're going to dive into the importance of it, the benefits, and how to improve your flexibility. Let's do it. All right, picture this. You want to be able to do the L-sit, but you have tight hamstring. How is that going to translate into your form and your ability to execute it? Right, so this is what a bad hamstring mobility form would look like if you were to try to do the L-sit, right? Your hamstring mobility is holding you back. Also, you're going to feel it in your hip flexors too because they're weak or they're just that stiff. Whereas if you were to work on your flexibility, you'll be able to go from a rubbish form like this to having it fully extended. That's one thing. Another thing, handstands. If you're someone who wants to learn the handstand and you've got poor shoulder mobility and especially you've got tightness in your back and your lats, your handstand is gonna look a little something like this, banana, right? Whereas if you have good shoulder mobility, you'll be able to push the tool through your shoulders, have a straight alignment, and hold the handstand in a nice straight line. That's the importance of mobility, and that's why I recommend everyone, all of my online students, to work on it before starting the session and also after the session to improve the flexibility, range of motion, and mobility and performance. Another thing, if you're someone who wants to learn the pike press to handstand and you don't have that shoulder mobility, it's gonna be hard for you to get down low and really do the pike press to handstand. Oof. I should have warmed up for that, but you get the point. Now I'm gonna show you 6 of my favorite mobility exercises that I believe everyone should do in order to improve their recovery, range of motion, and performance within anything that they do, especially with calisthenics. First one is the overhead shoulder stretch. So this is going to help to open up your shoulders, stretch out your lats a little bit, so that way your overhead mobility is going to improve. So we're going to find ourselves an elevated platform. So this could be a bench, a plyometric box. I'm going to place my palms flat, push the tool through my shoulders, and then I'm going to pull my armpits down towards the ground. Now, a lot of people would just arch their back, but I like to pull my belly button back towards the spine to create a flat back. So this is going to mimic the handstand because we're now targeting our core too. So hold this between 30 to 60 seconds, and we're going to do this for at least 1 set every single session. So I like to do this at the start of the session and right at the end. Ideally, we want to hold it for the longer. So if you can do it 60 seconds, that will be chef's kiss. The next drill that I'm going to be showing you is called the butcher's block. This is quite a funny name, but what this will do is it will stretch out your lats. Again, most of the time when people try to do the handstand, their back arches because they're not able to extend their arms properly. Therefore, their lower back's got to arch to compensate for the lack of shoulders and back mobility. So find a plyometric box or a bench. I like to place my elbows in and I'm going to put my hands together like this. I have a gap here to bring my head down underneath the bench, and then I'm going to pull my armpits down towards the ground while keeping my core tight, and straight away I feel this a lot in my lats. So squeeze your core, make sure that your belly button is pulled back up towards the spine, and we're going to feel this stretching out back, a little bit of our chest, a bit of our shoulders too. So hold this between 30 to 60 seconds for at least 1 set at the start and at the end of every session. Whoa. The next exercise is a great shoulder mobility drill, and this is called the German hang. It's a great one for those who have bad shoulder mobility, and also if you want to learn the back lever, this is a great progression for it. So grip onto the bar at about shoulder width apart or just slightly wider. I like to wrap my thumbs underneath and around the bar. I want to kick my legs up, cross my legs, loop that through, knees in towards my chest. I'm going to lower down and I'm going to come down as low as I can where I feel comfortable. I'm going to hold this for 10 to 20 seconds for 3 sets. So tuck your knees in first, as this is easier, but then if you want to take it to the next level, you drop your feet down like this and then come back, pull and up. So that's variation 1. You could even take it to the next level by doing the chin up grip. Oh, this one's gonna be hard. So let's do it in a chin up grip, cross. Feel this one stretching your bicep, your shoulders, and your chest. Pull back and down. Hold this between 10 to 30 seconds for 1 set. Up next, we're going to be working on our hamstring flexibility. So there's 2 variations within this one alone. So it's called the seated forward fold and the standing forward fold. Now, for many of us, we are working a sedentary lifestyle, meaning that we're often sitting down on our butt all day, working behind a computer screen, and that's going to cause tightness in our hamstrings. This is going to affect our ability to be able to touch your toes and do skills such as the L-sit. So let's work on both variations right now. So we're going to be in a seated position, legs straight, feet together, okay, core tight. Now, the idea is to keep your back as flat as possible. Try not to round your back too much. So let's do a big inhale, reach your hands up, exhale, fold and try to touch your toes. I am quite cold at the moment, so my range of motion is quite bad, but for many of us who are struggling with this, you just hold it here. And the key is to just hold it for at least 30 seconds. Ideally, we do 60 seconds for 2 sets. So let's hold it here, and then we're gonna inhale, exhale. After we've done about 10 seconds, we're gonna go back a little bit, and we're gonna exhale. And now we're able to go in further. You see, just by doing our breathing technique, we're able to extend the range of motion. So inhale, exhale. Okay, that's variation 1. I'd like you to do both variations. So now it's the standing forward fold. Inhale, exhale. Try to touch your toes to the ground. Now, if you cannot touch your toes, it can be fun. You just hold here. But we make sure we hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. Let's go for 60, just to increase the time being in this position. And after we've done about 10 seconds, we go exhale. We're able to go a little bit deeper. After we've done 10, exhale. We're able to go a bit deeper. So do this every single session also. The next drill is called the Soas quad stretch, and this is going to stretch our hip flexors, especially here. Now, if you're someone who wants to learn the L-sit, your hip flexors are going to be often one of the weak links. So this is where we use this to stretch our hip flexors. So we are going to, if we're training at home, get yourself a carpet or a yoga mat, and then you're going to be by the wall. So when you're new to this, it can be quite painful, so be careful. So I like to keep my knees about a fist away from the wall. Notice how my toes are pointed up, right? Place my, then we're gonna do a little lunge forward, hands on my knees, and then we're just gonna lean forward. So the more forward I go, the more it's gonna stretch down here, whereas the more backward than upright I go, it's gonna stretch up here. So it's completely up to you which one you wanna do. I recommend both, so you could do like 30 seconds forward here. Once you've done about 30 seconds, you then switch back and up. What might help is if you have a table or something you can grab on to improve your stability. And then we're gonna switch sides. And then we will switch sides. Upright, 30 seconds, and then forward, 30 seconds. Oh. Finally, we have got the pancake stretch. What's great about this is it's gonna stretch your hamstring, it's gonna stretch your inner thigh, and it's gonna stretch your back too, because there are 3 different poses within the pancake alone. So get into a straddle position. Okay, push your bum down, and then the first one is I'm gonna lean to one side. So inhale, exhale, and I'm just gonna hold here. You'll see some crazy people that will be able to like touch their chest to their leg, but I'm not that flexible. I just hold it here where I feel comfortable. I'm gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Once that's done, inhale, exhale, come to the side. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Okay, try to push your this part to the ground, the fold on the knees, push that to the ground, heels to the ground too. And then the last one, inhale, push forward, palms on the ground. And we're gonna hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. Go to the next level, drop the elbows down. So there you have it, guys. I've explained to you the importance of flexibility with calisthenics. When you combine the two, as you'll see, you'll be able to improve your range of motion. You're gonna feel better when you perform these exercises, and also you're gonna recover faster. So implement them into your routine at the start and at the end to promote mobility, recovery, and better range of motion. I've showed you 6 exercises. I like you to practice them every single session that you train, at least. Do them for 1 set, and you should be good. If you find this video useful, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing so that you can come back for more video like this. And if you'd like to be personally coached by me, I'll leave the link down below in the description box for you to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.